Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily. Wake up to walk. It's Des here, checking in for the final time this week. Down by Trent Bridge. It's windy and at the minute it's quite damp. Trying to take shelter under the trees. It's not the usual sunshine on a Friday morning that I've become accustomed to over the last few weeks. Of course, it's great when I can get out in those conditions, but today is wake up to walk with a difference. Firstly, because I haven't just woke up. My lift, Kay, ferrying me about from A to B and then picking me up from C, is away on a hen do this weekend, so she's got plenty to look forward to. But it's meant that I've had to do the walk just a little bit nearer to home, not on that Notcut walk challenge which I've been following in recent weeks, again because of the logistics of getting to a point and then getting to another point and then getting to work. So basically I left it this morning for once, had a little bit of a line on a Friday, not too much, still got about the things I had to do, and I'm out now later on getting in my activity before setting about the weekend and all the nice things I've got to do myself. Whilst Kay's away, there's still plenty to look forward to. Looking forward to Kay herself and those with her enjoying themselves and really making the most of it in preparation for the wedding. My time will come in that sense in a couple of weeks. I'm going to Brighton and going to Goodwood. It's not quite Bentley Dorm in the sun, but give me the River Trent in the rain any day of the week. I'll take it. It's always a fantastic place to be. Whatever the weather, whatever the conditions, and you'll find me here most days filming DOdaily, just trying to get my simple messages across about being positive and enthusiastic and how we can make the most of what we've got. Later today, I'm actually going over to the cricket, so I'm hoping the weather does pick up, and it is supposed to. So again, lots to sort of look forward to in that sense. But as ever, on a Friday morning, it's about encouraging some activity. You guys to get out there, find a way to work it in. It's definitely what I've got to do. I'm kind of picking it up between work, between the cricket and meeting one or two people. But we can always take 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever spare time you've got, just to sort of extend your route. I actually live 200 yards from Trent Bridge Cricket Ground, so it'd be easy for me not to get any activity in today. But as you can see already, kind of floating around the Trent, walking up and down, getting this episode filmed, and of course reflecting on the week. Looking forward to the weekend in my honest and realistic manner, the approach I try to take all the time. Really need the weekend that I've got in store this weekend, in all honesty. It's been a really tricky week, and with a few nice things to do and a little bit of distraction by Kay not being here. Don't get me wrong, I'll miss her of course, but by not being here, it just gives me that bit of time to mull over things, come to terms with all the things that have got to me a little bit this week, and just sort of keep pushing forward. And today has been a great example of that. I've had to fend for myself already. I've touched on the fact that Kay's not here to ferry me around. So whilst that's fantastic and I need that, it's also great to sort of realise at times your own independence and what you can and can't do. And when you become accustomed to things, it's just nice sometimes just to sort of know that you can still find a way to make it work for you. And that's all I'm doing today, is making it work for me. As you can see, hopefully the sun's starting to come out. I'm just making this work today, making it happen for me. And I touched on there about this tricky week and the way things have been. Started it all full of beans, still excited about lots of things that happened, lots of things that are going to happen, but kind of lost focus with all that a little bit by the the hiccup that occurred wasn't pleasant, wasn't expected, but all I've done is work myself through it, work myself to a point where I'm feeling a lot better about one or two things. I'm starting to enjoy my activity again, my routines, and that's been important, because the easiest thing for all this right now would have been to get a little bit distracted and put off. But again, getting in activity, sticking to my diet and training plans has really helped get me through, and I think that's important. And the focus of doing that from my own sort of headspace, independently, more so today, of course, with what I've just said there about the logistics of getting about, but just being sort of driven and determined to stick at it. Look at that behind me. I've only just noticed that. That's an absolute picture. I see it every day and it still amazes me. But the independence of just pushing forward, driving on, mulling over things, realising that I've got to dig deep on this one, dig deep and come to terms and deal with it, and try to be happy, try to be consistent, and that's all I'm doing. And this week I feel that's really put me in a good place. Whilst life's never perfect, it really is never perfect. I say it all the time, as for as long as I've been talking about being happy and content, there's always something to creep up on us, knock us sideways, knock us backwards, but we've got to find a way to get back moving forward, get back to it, get back to all the things we enjoy, and that's definitely what I've done. And as I've said already, I'm off to the cricket, just over there. Just see the floodlights. You can also see that dark cloud over it, so I'm hoping that don't materialise into a heavy shower, but I've got all that to look forward to. And again, over the weekend, a bit of time, space, and a bit of relaxation, I guess. No expectations placed upon me. Not that that's always a bad thing, but when things have been a bit tricky as they have, it's just nice to have that sort of blank whiteboard, rubbed completely off, and I've got a choice of where I take it from here, how I take it forward. If I had expectations placed on me, if people was asking me to do this, that or the other, it might just sort of upset me. It might not make me as determined to get through this little blip and get through the other side and really start enjoying things again. And that's kind of what I want to mention today. It's been a funny old week. Wasn't expecting it, really wasn't. Sometimes you can see things come in, but I always say things tend to hit us quite hard when we're not expecting it. Not quite sure what that music is. Somebody's walking around with music on the back. Yes, sometimes things just hit us hard, and we don't see it, and we just have to realise that that's what happens in life. I say it every week, even when I'm feeling good. That next unfortunate, upsetting situation is only ever just round the corner. If we can hit it head on, fight back, show drive and determination to keep to the mindset we want to be, we've got every chance, haven't we? And that's all it's about. Like I say, an episode with a difference today, just the usual when I default, me walking about, getting my thoughts off my chest, saying it from the heart, trying to be honest and realistic, and hopefully help people understand that it's okay not to know exactly what's going to happen next, how it's going to affect you, and what the outcome's going to be. But as long as we do all the things that keep us happy, keep us smiling, even in the not so good days, we've got a chance to enjoy and get back to that really good place. And that's what I'm hoping by coming through this weekend. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, guys. You've enjoyed some of these views along the river. Hopefully you've enjoyed DOdaily this week. Please check back at some of those episodes, give them a thumbs up, and of course please do subscribe. Whatever you're doing this week, end this weekend. Have an absolutely fantastic one. Make the most of it, keep smiling, and should tricky situations arise, you know, we just have to work through them the best we can. I'm not saying it's easy, it really isn't, but if you give yourself that opportunity, don't curl up in a ball, don't lock yourself away, get out there, keep fronting up, keep smiling, you know, keep turning up, and it'll just work out. Until Monday, hopefully feeling better still, just doing it.